with me, Jessica Brigden of Jess B Creative Cardiology, and happy Tuesday! Hope you are having a great start to your week, an exciting weekend. It was my 15-year Stampiversary, yes, on Sunday. Yeah, so huge milestone. I can't believe how quickly 15 years have passed by, but when you're stamping and having fun and sharing that with others, then it really does go by quickly. And I'm excited to see what the next 15 years will bring. Hi, Wendy. Welcome. Yeah, so I didn't quite reach my sales goal in time for my 15-year Stampiversary. And I'm eager. I want to give away some free product. So just giving you guys a heads up. So for every $50 you order with my August host code here, it's ZWWZTKJ4, then I'm putting your names on my little 50-50 board. So what this is, it's not a gambling thing. I have 50 spots every time you order $50. If you order $100, you get 2 spots. So for every $50 a person orders, their name goes on my little board here. Hey, Philomena. And for every 10 spots that I fill in, then I'm giving away a $50 shopping spree as well as a half-price item. So I am currently 2 spots. I'm $100 away. So whether that's one person placing a $100 order or 2 people placing $50 orders, I am 2 spots away from giving away a $50 shopping spree to one person and a half-price item to another. So you've got a pretty good chance of winning some free product there. Of course, everybody also gets my fabulous tutorials, and I've got some goodie bags of retired accessories and things too that I am packaging up to give away. So exciting month here. We also have celebrations. So for every $50 you order, choose a free celebration item. And today we are going to play with the Feels Like Home stamp set. Hey Karen, welcome. Hey Philomena. Glad you guys caught me. So yes, the Feels Like Home stamp set. Super cute, has that little cottagey feel with the little bicycle and everything. Some beautiful scripty sentiments there. And I thought I would pair that with the Harvest Meadow Designer Series paper from the mini catalog. It's one of my favorite paper packs. It's got some bright colors, but it's a little bit muted, so it has that nice country feel. Hey Janelle. And I'm going to be trying the new Corner Tuck, or some people call it a Corner Latch Fun Fold card. So I think you guys are really going to enjoy that. Yeah, so that is what is new here with me. I'm going to flip the camera. We'll go ahead and get started. If you're just joining and you haven't already, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Yes, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. Yes, Kathy, this is a great one to get free with your next order. Yeah, so that's the thing. The Feels Like Home stamp set is one of the free with 50 options. Yeah, so let me show you what you can do with it. Hey, David from Hot Cortland. It is pretty hot here in New York as well. There again, you can see my host code. And if all you have to do, go online and enter that code in the online store of your shopping cart, and that will associate your order with me. If you are not comfortable with that, feel free to contact me. There is my number there at the bottom of the screen, and I would be happy to help place that order for you. I'm trying to get this camera set up so it's nice and even here. I feel like we're a little bit close. Let's see if I can. Somehow my stuff got moved, apparently. All right, now it looks a little bit better there. Okay, so like I said, Feels Like Home, and we're pairing that with the Harvest Meadow Designer Series papers. You've got some beautiful Misty Moonlight, some Calypso Coral, Sage Shadow. You've got some Bumblebee in there, all these beautiful colors. All right, so let me show you. We are going to do this card. I have prepped options to do it with 2 different color schemes, but as you can tell from my shirt, I am starting out with the soft succulent option here. So let me pull this in. All right, so to start with, you need a slightly unusual size piece of paper. You're actually going to cut it, it's 4 1/4 by 8 inches. Okay, so just 4 1/4 by 8. This is what you're starting with for your card base. And then you'll pull in your trimmer And then just slide this whichever way you want, but slide this over to the 5.5 mark. Excuse me, 5.5, make sure I got it right. And then go ahead and score it. Hey, Janelle. I'm just showing my shirt for a color comparison there. Pretty close. She's always telling me to put my shirt down. But hey, I'm the only one back here in my craft room, so I could stamp al fresco if I want to. All right, so 4 1/4 by 8. Go ahead, slide that in there and score it at 5.5. Okay, so this gives you your base. We're gonna fold this edge down here so you can pretty much see how it's starting to come together already. Super easy. Let's go ahead and just kind of build from our base. We are going to insert a piece of basic white here. Yes, Karen, I'm always calling this Sage Shadow. That was one of my favorite original soft subtle colors there. And the soft succulent is very similar to that. It's just a little bit brighter, I think. All right, so our basic white piece to go inside, I cut this a 1/2 inch smaller. So this is 3 3/4 by 5. And we're just going to apply our adhesive here. I've got a new spool in here, so I shouldn't run out of anything. All right, so we're just putting this on the inside here. Okay, so make sure that's centered. All right, we're good to go. Now on this outside flap, we have a beautiful piece of our Harvest Meadow designer paper. I went with the soft succulent side. It has this fun little script on it. I really should look up and see what writing that is from. Quite often Stampin' Up! Will use an excerpt from a book or a poem or things, so I'll have to find out. But it's really pretty here. And yeah, I'm holding this up really close, Karen. There we go. I was trying to show you guys if anybody wanted to see the words on the paper there. But yeah, so this piece that goes on the flap is all of, I should know this, all of 2 1/4 by 4. All right, and we're just going to, again, adhere this to our front flap of the card here. Okay, so there we go. Now on this piece as well, I think I want to add some of this fun diamond weave crochet trim. Oh yes, Wendy. So yep, the music embossing folder in the mini catalog, is the lyrics to Joy to the World. Yes. So quite often they'll use different things, but I'll need to find out what this is. All right, so on the front flap here, I'm going to take our diamond weave crochet trim. This is part of the Harvest Meadows suite. I am just going to give myself a little bit more room here, and we'll tie a little knot. I don't want it to be too bulky, so I am going to pull it a little bit tight. And I don't usually go all the way around with my ribbon, but when we put on our front flap here, that will help weight this and hold it down a little bit, and you can maneuver this as you like. So let's just trim this off a little bit here. We can always change it up a little bit if we need to, but you can see how this is starting to come together. Oh, Karen says she meant that the Sage Shadow looks close to the soft succulent. She means okay. Thank you for clarifying. No worries there. All right, so our front panel here, we are going to create our beautiful focal point for our Feels Like Home stamp set. Yeah, isn't this fun? I love the crochet trim. It has a very like bohemian fun retro feel to it. Love that. All right, so our soft succulent square is just 3 by 3, and then our basic white piece that will go here in the center, that is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So before we stick any of this down though, we're going to set these aside, pull in the scrap piece to do a little stamping off here. Just grab my piece of chipboard here. All right, and we are going to use the the Feels Like Home stamp set. This is a little bit, that's why I'm putting in my scrap, because my stamp will extend a little bit off of that basic white, but that's okay. So for this card, let's just go tone on tone. I'm going to stamp my image here in the soft succulent ink. I bring in my light there so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so we'll go ahead and just stamp this on the front. Isn't that pretty? Actually, that would look really cute as it is. I almost don't need to color that. I'm kind of torn. I was planning to color it, but I kind of like the way that looks. So let's go ahead and mount this on our square. Sometimes when you get going, less can be more. Sometimes it's nice to just keep it a little bit simple. And I think with this stamp set, it's so beautiful. And it's actually been quite popular amongst my customers so far this month. But I think it's often that people feel like they have to color the whole thing, which, you know, even if you do like to color, which a lot of people do, they find it therapeutic. Sometimes it can be a little overwhelming if you think you have to color the whole thing. So I like, I think I kind of like this. Oh, hey, Sandy. Yeah, she said she saw someone who just colored the door. Absolutely. There's so many options you could do with it. Let's do this one kind of as is for now. And then I am going to do a second option with the Calypso Coral color combo. And I think that'll be interesting. I'll show you that one. Okay, so the next thing we need was we actually cut a square, another square of the soft succulent cardstock, and this was 2.5 by 2.5. And this is the piece that creates our corner that we can tuck our flap underneath, which looks cute, but how much better when you can take a piece of your coordinating designer series paper. Now, this particular piece does have words on it, so it is a little bit directional. So when you trim that, what I did is created a square. I'll actually show you that on our on the next piece here, but take the square and then you line it in your trimmer corner to corner, and then we slice it, and that gives you 2 triangles. Okay, gives you 2 half pieces. So on this one, my soft succulent square was 2.5 inches, and my designer series paper was 2.25. I went a little bit smaller with this, so that when I go ahead and put my adhesive on here, I end up with a nice little border all the way around. Isn't that cute? Okay, so when this goes, we only want to put adhesive on the outside edge, because if you put it across the middle there, then you won't be able to tuck your flap in. All right, so go right in here, make sure we line it right up with the corner. And the reason for putting the cardstock on there with it too is that helps give it a little reinforcement, because you will be putting a little bit of wear and tear on there as you are lifting your flap and so forth. All right, so when we put this on, we only want to put adhesive on the back of this side. We do need it to be able to lift, okay? So don't put adhesive on the whole thing or glue your card shut, which, you know, we've done before. So go ahead, just flip this over. You see, you're going to want maybe 2 strips of your Stampin' Seal here. You could use your tear and tape or your Seal Plus, whatever you are most comfortable with. I wouldn't use liquid glue because that does tend to kind of smush around. All right, now let's go ahead. We will center this on here. There we go. It's nice and smooth that down. And now, okay, so it looks like it's kind of popping open. How cool is that? Just gently tuck it under. And isn't that fun? So that is where our corner tuck, the way you do it, you can put your corner, you know, top or bottom, and I've also seen people kind of do it in reverse, where their corner is on the left side. But isn't that fun? And then you could stamp beautiful little sentiment. Now you could actually, it's designed so you would write your message here in the center, but I like to stamp sentiments sometimes too. So I'm going to use, peel this out here, the skinny little one here. I can't thank you enough. Go ahead and put that on. We will grab our soft succulent ink because that is our theme on this card here. All right, I am going to lift my flap gently just to make sure I don't stamp in the wrong place. But right down here on my basic white towards the bottom. Okay, I can't thank you enough. And now we can tuck it back. So now you can write your message as well as have your cute little stamped card there too. I really like that. I think that's super cute. And again, very simple because we didn't color it. Now, if you want to color it, absolutely go ahead. But I really think that's cute. I actually just like how simple that is. Yeah, fun. Isn't that fun? Oh yes, Janelle lives for liquid glue. But yeah, so in this case, I would definitely set the liquid glue aside and use your tear and tape because you don't want that liquid glue squishing out of your edge here and getting onto your card and then making a mess when you have to tear it apart in order to get it open and write your message. All right, so that is variation number 1, or card number 1. Now we're using the same Harvest Meadow paper pack, but aren't these designs fun? So this is the soft succulent. We also have this Calypso coral pattern in here. So again, we are going to start out 4 1/4 by 8. Go ahead and slide this in all the way to the 5 1/2. Okay. Now, I mean, if that's easier and you want to just slide it over there to the 2 1/2, whichever. So it's 2 1/2 inches from one end, 5 1/2 from the other, however you want to score that. All right, grab your bone folder, fold your flap down. All right, we'll insert our basic white. Again, this is 3 3/4 by 5. And that I do like having the insert. I've seen these cards done several different ways. But I do like having the insert, a little contrast and color. I think it makes it look a little bit more finished on the inside here when it's all said and done. All right, so this one, I love that, that Misty Moonlight pattern is so pretty too. But I'm gonna go with the Calypso coral on this one. Again, this piece is 2 1/4 by 4. And this will tuck right on the front here. Okay. And then we've got, well, let's decide if we want, I kind of like the ribbon on there. I think that was fun. And I leave my ribbon right on the spool. Go ahead and give yourself enough to work with here. All right. And then the key to the ribbon is just holding it flat on both sides there. So make sure it's flat. And then you can come in and just tie your knot. Okay, pull tight. And then kind of let the ribbon decide which direction it wants to lay there. Okay. And we give it a little trim. Beautiful. All right, so that's the diamond weave crochet trim, again from the Harvest Meadow suite. Okay, so our next piece here, let's go ahead and create our tuck. So like I said, we have a piece of cardstock. This is 2 1/2 inches square. I've already cut it. It's 2.5. We're gonna put it in here. So point to point, right in the groove of your trimmer. Go ahead, whoops. Make sure your blade is in its cutting guide there. All right, so you've got 2, you've got enough for another card. Then on this piece, I had a scrap that was already 2.5 inches wide, so this is gonna be exactly the same size. So I'm just tucking it in here. Okay, this one's not directional, so really you can kind of go any way you want with this. So we'll put our adhesive here along the back. All right, so you do not, yeah, cover the whole piece of the designer paper triangle. This one will fit right on top here. Well, it should if you line it up properly. All right, let's try that again. Point to point. Okay. There we go. And then, all right, let's use a little bit more adhesive. There we go. Okay, perfect. Let's just trim off just a little bit off the edge. Got a little messy on me. All right, so I'm gonna just line this in here and gently trim off. Oops, come on here. Trim off a little hunk. There we go. Now it's much better. Okay, I'll trim that with my scissors and we are good. Where did my snips are hiding here? Okay. There we go. All right, so now put your adhesive there along the short sides. Leave the middle open. This will go right up in your corner. Okay, again, make sure you get it right up on the edge. There we go. Okay, now our focal point here, again, this is 3 by 3 square. Oh, thank you, Philomena, for sharing. Thank you, Kathy, for the hearts. Janelle's like, yep, been there, done that, trimmed my paper wrong before. Yep, happens to all of us, so don't feel bad. All right, so we've got our main panel. Again, only put adhesive on the side that's sticking to the flap. So that is about 2 stamp and seal widths worth here. So you can just about get 2 lines of adhesive there. Go ahead and stick this on the front. There we go. Let's make sure it's centered. Okay, we're good. Okay, and then our basic white panel is 2 3/4 square, and this is what we're going to do our stamping on. So again, let's bring in our chipboard. I'm gonna wash the soft succulent ink here off of my Feels Like Home stamp. Okay, because I'm gonna stamp this one with the Calypso Coral ink. Okay, so we'll bring in our Calypso Coral here. This is a fairly large stamp, so you do want to make sure that you get your ink all the way around here. And then we'll stamp that in the center. Okay, gorgeous. Ooh, I like how striking that is. Isn't that beautiful? Let me go ahead and clean this off too so we don't have ink everywhere. I've been known to get it on my shirt and everywhere else. All right. Then we can go ahead and adhere this to our card front. I really do. I really like that. I had planned to color that, but I like how striking that is. And we have a few more sentiments here. Aren't these cute? So since I've got a little bit of room down here, I think I'm going to use this Missing You stamp. It's just a little one here. And we'll stamp that with our Calypso Coral as well. Now you could use your double oval punch and do a little sentiment label that hangs off the edge bit, but I kind of like leaving a little bit of room on your basic white and just stamping it right down there in the corner. I think that looks really cute and so simple. Really, this card, when I saw it, some of them out there, you know, you can use any pattern of designer series paper, and sometimes they look a little bit complicated, but once you've got the measurements for the card base, so it's just 4 1/4 by 8 and scored at 5 1/2, and then build your squares. Hey Alicia, oh, so good to have you on. Oh, you are back to work. Oh, sorry about that. How are things in Alaska? Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, so we're just on here making a couple of corner tuck. So you create your corner and tuck it under. Some people call it the corner latch. There's really no difference, just whatever your preference is. Oh, it's been super rainy all month. Yeah, here too, New York, our humidity has been like 90% for the entire month, and we have several inches of rain, which is very unusual for the month of August. It's been, whew, it's been steamy, to put it best. Absolutely. So we have been using the Feels Like Home Celebration set. This is one, it's free with your $50 purchase during the month of August and September here. It's one of your free choices. And yeah, I love that. It's beautiful for coloring, but at the same time, I really like how striking it is. Just nicely stamped, coordinates perfectly here with our Harvest Meadow Designer Series paper. And if you wanted to dress it up a little bit more, you could add on some of our brushed metallic adhesive dots. But I don't know, I'm kind of liking it with just the diamond weave crochet trim there. I really like that. Sometimes I think keeping it simple is all the better. So yeah, let me know how you like this fold. I hope you guys will give it a try and work it out for you. And yeah, hope you have been inspired and enjoyed today's videos. Hope you are having a great week. Yes, it's awesome. I can't believe we're here towards the end of August already. And yeah, if you haven't already, I love it when you comment, when you share, when you subscribe, give me that thumbs up, all of those wonderful things. I will put a full supply list here in the video description once we're done here. And yeah, I look forward to stamping with you on Friday. Friday will be a little bit different. I do have a couple of family obligations on Friday afternoon, and so I will not be live. However, if you have your Shelly Hope Box Paper Pumpkin Kit that just came out, grab that and join me at 3 o'clock on Friday. I will have a video posted ready to go for you at 3, and we will be putting together our Box of Hope projects, as well as some fun alternates there as well. And that leads me to let you guys know something special. Stampin' Up, I just remembered, Stampin' Up just announced today that if you love this kit and you missed out, or if you're not actually a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, they are doing something special this month. Somehow Stampin' Up ended up, they had an ordering glitch or something happened, and they are offering for purchase, straight up purchase, no subscription necessary, that anybody between now, which is August 24th, not October yet, between Tuesday, August 24th and Monday, August 30th, while supplies last, you can purchase your Box of Hope Paper Pumpkin Kit or refill through the online store. So if you did subscribe and you have your kit and you love it, then go ahead and grab some refills in the online store. But if you missed out and you love a chance to get your hands on this beautiful kit, check out these projects. They're gorgeous. So, so pretty. Sorry about the glare. I got my light. Let me turn that there so we can see a little bit better. Yeah. So these are gorgeous. Cute, cute little stamp set here. And then you get a Blackberry Bliss ink spot and some new Blackberry Bliss ribbon, which is designed to do some alternate projects like turn your hope box into a gorgeous gift box or memento box there. Yeah, so fun stuff. All right, so these are in the online store right now, and these will be available through Monday, August 30th. I believe the whole kit is $19, you know, plus shipping and tax, and the refill pack, the refill does not come with the stamp set or the ink spot. So the refill is just the consumable contents here, and that is $10. Yeah, so I'm excited to share my projects with you on Friday. And until then, everybody take care. Thank you so much. And I hope you love this Feels Like Home with Harvest Meadow Designer Series paper corner tuck fold card. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.